How are we all doing? Well, today I'm at Hassop Station in the Peak District and looking for Waxwings. There's been an eruption of Waxwings this year. This has been one of the hot spots for the country, so I'm parked up in the station. I'm gonna have a walk down that way. There's some berry bushes, and fingers crossed we can see some Waxwings. Let's go.
There's been over 200 Waxwings seen here recently, though I'll be happy with just the one. And it turns out I'm not the only one looking for them.
Morning.
Morning. You're vlogging.
I am.
Have I seen you on it?
You might have done. Possibly Jack Perks.
Oh, all right. Oh, all right.
Are you alright? Nice to meet you. You're alright.
Yeah. God, I watched you quite a bit.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a small world, isn't it? Have you seen the Waxwings yet?
A couple of weeks ago, yes.
Yeah, well, I've just...
They're on that tree over there where I'm going now.
It's a hard life being recognised, isn't it? Always nice to say hello to people that watch the channel. Waxwings aren't typically that hard to find, but worryingly no sign of them to start with. Then this helpful lady gave me a clue.
They're on the move.
Ah.
They're on the back fields, around the back.
Got ya.
Yeah, so they were on the top of the tree right at the back. They're on there and then they'll move around that way now.
I'm guessing this...
So there's a big flock just went down the back of this house really.
Got ya. A little bit of back and forth. They'll split up into flocks, come down to feed, and then go back out. You can see the light is pretty bad at the moment, but it should get better. Everyone's very friendly, which is nice. Let's see what we can see.
Well, I soon came across a horde of twitchers, not sure what the collective noun is for them, and I found the waxwings at the top of the tree. They often have periods of digesting, as a single waxwing can go through 1,000 berries in one day, which also means they can strip a tree pretty quickly. Often thrushes will get quite territorial with them, as they don't want all the berries eaten.
Just move the camera around. They're stunning. They're absolutely stunning birds. I'm not generally a twitcher, if I'm honest with you. I don't go chasing birds, but when it comes to waxwings, that's a different kettle of fish. They are stunning. They've got this kind of beautiful peachy colour on them, that big crest, and obviously the red bit on the wings and the yellow, where they get their name from actually. They're stunning, you know, worth getting out of bed for today, definitely.
There are a couple of species of waxwing, and the ones we get in Europe are called Bohemian waxwings, because it reflects their unconventional and seemingly carefree lifestyle, as they just hang around with their mates and eat loads of food. What's not to like about that?
Well, the numbers of waxwings today is incredible. There's well over 100 flitting up and down the bushes. I've never seen that many in my life. I could have gone closer to home. There were maybe 8 or so, literally 10 minutes from where I live, but you're not going to get the numbers that I've had here today, and certainly not the guarantee, because once they've eaten those berries, they're off. So lots of waxwings, lots of berries are a good mixture. It's getting pretty busy now. There's quite a few photographers knocking about, which, you know, it's good and bad for certain reasons, but it's great to see them.
The reason people get in such a huff about these birds is they can be quite sporadic in their travelling habits. Some years there can be as few as a couple dozen in the entire UK. Other years, like this one, there can be thousands. It's all to do with how cold it is in Scandinavia and how much food is available. Currently it's -20 over there, which would have contributed to them moving south to Britain for the winter. They won't stay here all winter though, and likely go home in the spring. They normally start on the east coast and move across inland.
Well, waxwing fever is taken off today at Hassop. There are so many people coming out to photograph them, and they're a charismatic bird. I can understand that. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, because it means that you can very easily find the birds. Just look for the beer bellies and the balding heads. I mean, I fall into that category, to be honest. But it can spook them a little bit. There's always one person who maybe pushes their luck a little bit. Photographers get the blame. I think, you know, lots of numpties do it. If it's just a dog walker who maybe doesn't know, it's not their fault necessarily. So it can be a good thing and a bad thing.
Rowan berries are a favourite, so if you know a good crop of rowan berries, the waxwings won't be far behind. Often supermarket car parks are a good place to start.
There's always that thing as whether to stay put in one spot or move around. And I think if you just want to see waxwings, move around. If you want to get a good picture of a waxwing, I think find a spot that looks good. I typically like to find somewhere with a nice background, not looking up at them. Sometimes you can't help it. Lots of berries, obviously that's what they're here to eat, and stick it out. And fingers crossed, you'll get a nice shot.
I find the best settings and camera combo are a lens of around 300mm, but ideally 400 to 500 will certainly help close in on those shots. A fast shutter speed over 500 of a second, and have the camera on continuous shutter so not to miss any of the action. Now I mentioned earlier there were lots of reports of waxwings closer to my house. Well, when driving home, I noticed a couple of people looking up at the trees by my local garden centre, and sure enough, it was a group of waxwings. 9 in this group, and it goes to show you don't have to travel far to see them. It was also nice to pretty much have them to myself, so if you want to avoid the crowds, often smaller, local groups of them will have less people.
I hope you enjoyed that vid. Let me know what animal you think I should go after in the next video. It's been great today, the weather's been fantastic, loads of waxwings. What more do you want? I'll see you in the next vid. Cheers. That was a good video, wasn't it? Why don't you watch this other video that you might like somewhere on the screen? If you're not already, do subscribe to my socials and check out the other stuff on the channel. Leave a comment down below and I'll see you in the next vid. Cheers.